Hi everyone, I'm Amy and you're listening English Speaker Podcast.
And I'm Jack.
And we're here to help you improve your English by listening to real, everyday conversations about life, culture, and all the fun stuff that makes the world interesting.
Yeah, no textbooks, no boring grammar drills, just like you'd hear in real life.
So, I've got something super fun for you today, guys. We are talking about fairs, like big outdoor traditional festivals, the kind where you dress up, you dance, you eat way too much.
Ha. Okay, I'm already in. But, when you say fairs, what do you mean exactly? Because where I'm from, a fair is like rides and cotton candy, you know?
Right. That's actually the thing. When most people hear fair, they think carnival. But what I'm talking about is something way more rooted in tradition and community. So, have you ever heard of the Feria de Sevilla?
I've heard the name, yeah. Is that in Spain?
Exactly. It's in Sevilla, which is in Andalusia, in the south of Spain. And it is, honestly, one of the most spectacular festivals in the world. You've got thousands of people dressed in traditional flamenco outfits, the women wearing these gorgeous, colourful, ruffled dresses.
Wait, everyone dresses up? Like not just performers on a stage?
Everyone. It's not a costume. It's not a uniform. It's just what you wear to the fair. It's totally normal to show up in full traditional gear and nobody blinks an eye.
That's actually really cool. So it's a full cultural thing, not just a music event.
Exactly. And it lasts a full week. You've got these casetas. Think of them as big decorated tents, each one belonging to a family, a business, a social club. And inside, there's food, there's drink, there's live music playing all night.
So it's like a massive street party with like a dress code.
A massive, organised, beautifully dressed street party. And then, and this is where it gets even more interesting, you also have romerías. A romería is more of a pilgrimage. People walk, sometimes for days, to reach a sacred place.
A pilgrimage? So it's religious?
At its core, yeah. The most famous one is the Romería del Rocío in Huelva. People travel in groups, called peñas, and they go in these beautifully decorated wagons pulled by oxen.
Hold on, oxen? Like actual real oxen?
Actual, living oxen. And the wagons are covered in flowers, ribbons, hand-painted details. They're like moving works of art. It's like nothing you've ever seen.
Okay, so I have to ask, is this kind of thing only in Andalusia? Or do other places in the world have something similar?
Absolutely yes. So many cultures around the world have these tradition-heavy outdoor celebrations that mix music, food, religion, and community all at once.
Give me examples. I want examples.
Okay. Let's start close to home. Portugal. They have the Festas dos Santos Populares. You've got sardines grilling on every street corner, people dancing in the streets, paper decorations hanging from every building.
Oh, I've seen pictures of that, with the colourful streamers everywhere.
Yes, the whole city transforms. It's not a ticketed event. It's just life, you know?
Right. It's not a product, it's a tradition.
Exactly. Now, if we jump to South America, Colombia has the Feria de las Flores in Medellín, and it's incredible. The highlight is this parade called the Desfile de Sileteros, where people carry these massive flower arrangements on their backs, walking through the streets.
On their backs? That sounds physically demanding.
Ha! It absolutely is, but it's a massive honour to participate. And the flowers represent the work of the flower farmers from the mountains around Medellín, so it's deeply meaningful.
So similar to the Romería in that sense, it's not just a party, there's a real story behind it.
100%. And then you've got Brazil's Festa Junina, which is also in June, interestingly enough.
Why is everything in June?
Well, a lot of these festivals go back to Catholic feast days in June. Festa Junina in Brazil is this amazing thing where people wear checked shirts and straw hats, do traditional forró dancing, eat corn-based food, and there are even fake wedding ceremonies.
Fake weddings?
Yeah, it's a fun tradition. Two people act out this dramatic, comedic wedding ceremony. It's a huge part of the festival, especially in the northeast of Brazil.
That is so specific and so wonderful at the same time.
Right? And then you go to Germany, Oktoberfest. Mostly everyone know it. People wear dirndls and lederhosen, there's folk music, there's this shared pride in the culture.
Yeah, it's funny because people think of Oktoberfest as just a giant beer festival, but it's way more than that.
Way more. And actually, Ireland has some really old fairs too. The Puck Fair in County Kerry is one of the oldest fairs in Ireland, and they literally crown a wild mountain goat as king for 3 days.
Sorry, what?
A goat. A crown. 3 days.
Okay, I respect it. But how does a goat become king?
Nobody fully knows. The tradition goes back hundreds of years and the origin is honestly a mystery, but the whole town celebrates it for 3 days.
That is absolutely wild. I love it.
And you know what all of these have in common? They're all about bringing people together around a shared identity.
Yeah, it's like the festival doesn't just describe the culture. The festival is the culture. You know what I mean?
That is such a good way of putting it, and I think that's why these traditions survive. They're not just fun, they're a way of passing something down to the next generation.
So if someone wanted to experience one of these for the first time, where would you send them?
Oh, that's tough. I'd probably start with Seville. The Feria de Sevilla is just, it's one of those once-in-a-lifetime things. The scale of it, the colours, Sevillanas playing from every tent.
Wait, what's Sevillanas?
Oh, it's a type of flamenco music and dance. It's the dance of the fair, and everyone learns it. Kids, grandparents, tourists who showed up the day before.
Can you describe it? Like, what does it actually look like?
It's elegant, but fun. You're moving your arms in these flowing, expressive ways, stepping in a very specific rhythm. It looks complicated.
I love that. The idea that you can just show up and instantly be part of something bigger.
And that's the spirit of all of these festivals, I think. They're not exclusive, they're for everyone. Whether you grew up with the tradition or you're discovering it for the very first time.
Okay, well, before we wrap up, and guys, if today's conversation has been useful, please give us a like. Now, we've got 10 words from today's episode to practice together.
That's right. We'll say the word, give you a little context, and then Jack will use it in a sentence, twice, so you can repeat it out loud.
Ready? Let's go.
Fair. A fair is a large outdoor event with entertainment, food, music, and activities, often with a long cultural or historical tradition behind it.
I went to the fair last summer and tried so many different foods.
Pilgrimage. A pilgrimage is a journey to a place that is considered sacred or deeply meaningful, often done for religious or spiritual reasons.
Thousands of people make a pilgrimage to the shrine every single year.
Tradition. A tradition is a custom or practice that is passed down from one generation to the next, within a community or family.
Dressing up in traditional clothes is a big part of the festival's tradition.
Wagon. A wagon is a vehicle with 4 wheels, often pulled by animals, used to carry people or goods.
The decorated wagons moved slowly through the countryside under the sun.
Flamenco. Flamenco is a traditional Spanish art form from Andalusia that includes music, singing, and expressive dance.
She wore a beautiful red dress and danced flamenco at the festival.
Community. A community is a group of people who share the same place, values, history, or interests.
The festival brought the whole community together for an entire week.
Ceremony. A ceremony is a formal event or ritual performed to mark an important occasion. It can be religious, cultural, or social.
The opening ceremony of the festival was absolutely spectacular.
Identity. Identity refers to who someone is, the qualities, beliefs, history, and traditions that make a person or a group unique.
These festivals are a powerful expression of cultural identity.
Parade. A parade is a public procession, people walking or moving through the streets, usually with music, costumes, or decorated floats.
We watched the parade from the side of the street for over 2 hours.
Outfit. An outfit is a set of clothes worn together, especially for a specific occasion or event.
She spent weeks putting together the perfect outfit for the fair. She spent weeks putting together the perfect outfit for the fair.
And that is a wrap for today's episode of English Speaker Podcast.
We'd love to hear from you. What kind of festival is celebrated in your country? Or tell us what topics you want us to cover next.
Yeah, please don't be shy.
Thanks so much for listening. I'm Jack.
I'm Amy, and this is English Speaker Podcast.